Well, in the case of the United States and Iran and the nuclear negotiations, we faced a particular challenge in that we'd had 35 years without sustained direct diplomatic contact. And so, the way in which we broke through that was over the course of 2013, we engaged over most of that year in what were then secret bilateral negotiations with the Iranians, which took place in Oman, as has been publicly reported, and in some locations in Europe as well as in New York. I think it was important to be able to do that discreetly because of the baggage on both sides, because of the absence of a habit of direct communication. We had to kind of build that up over time and begin to develop a kind of professional rapport. The small team of people that I was a part of and that I led during that time, dealt with a couple of the Iranian deputy foreign ministers throughout most of that period, who were good, tough, smart negotiators, doing everything they can to, promote Iran's interests and its point of view in these negotiations. And I developed a fair amount of professional respect for them. And through the course of about a dozen sessions in 2013, we helped prepare the groundwork for what became the Joint Plan of Action, the first agreement that was reached on the nuclear issue, which for the first time in more than a decade actually froze the Iranian nuclear program, rolled it back in some significant respects in return for relatively modest sanctions relief, while preserving the major elements of the sanctions architecture, preserving the international support for the sanctions architecture, and preparing the way, creating a foundation on which we could embark on negotiations for a comprehensive agreement. All of that is easier said than done, but I think breaking through that history of 35 years without direct bilateral contact was an important and essential step. And I think we were able to help reach a first agreement that was in many respects historic and that helped create at least the possibility of a more wide-reaching comprehensive settlement.